Hey guys, my name's James.
And I'm Corwin.
And welcome to This Movie's Gay. We just got out of the spooky month, even though we're recording on the spookiest day of the year, and I'm not talking about tax day.
Or 420.
Oh, that's spooky as hell, guys. You gotta roll yourself up. Like, there's this strand called the Witch's Brew, and it gets you a nice heady high, and you're feeling nice in the couch.
Is that real?
No, I'm making all of this up.
I want that.
You want to let me check if
after January 1st, y'all.
There's gotta be something called the Witch's Brew. It's probably for sure an
alcohol,
a pale ale. You know, I don't know anything about beer.
Be a pale ale.
I don't know anything about beer. Is a pale ale not dark?
A pale ale is something like before
my time. That's what it sounded.
No. A pale ale is like, it's whenever you're looking at beers, the color is lighter. It's not like a lager or anything like that. I think that a lot of like Budweiser and things like that are pale ales.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about beer. So listeners, if I was wrong, please tweet about it.
Okay. Hold on. It is loading right now.
Witch's Brew?
Witch's Brew marijuana is a balanced hybrid marijuana strain.
Okay, so that means it's a mix between a sativa and an indica.
You better believe it is. I think you mean sativa up and Indo couch.
Oh my God.
This kush hails from ocean-grown seeds. The nugs have a strong aroma of pine. Smell that car freshener. Witch's Brew cannabis plants are fast-growing and blooming for 60 or 56 to 70 days. Yields range from low to moderate. Yeah, this is a real strain. You could say anything that is something, and it is a marijuana strain. I bet, like, Black Light Poster probably also is a marijuana strain.
Look it up. You know the rules.
Well, I guess it needs to be like something. I bet grilled cheese sandwich for sure is a marijuana strain. How much do you want to bet, listeners? This is the last one I check. And hopefully I'm 2 for 2. Grilled cheese marijuana. Oh!
So Sierra Nevada is a pale ale. What is Budweiser? I know it's something.
Grilled cheese is a cannabis strain. God, stop. You don't need to keep... Yes,
it's a red ale. Oh, interesting.
It is a cross of TGA and Subcool's Cheese Quake and Colorado's Seed Company Inc.'s Gupta Kush.
Amber ale. What? I don't understand. I don't know beers, y'all.
Expect a mellow buzz with a meditative Kush elements. Use this pungent strand to help relieve mild to moderate physical discomfort and for mood enhancement.
Oh my God, okay.
If you're just in a rage and you want this mood to be enhanced to just a furious rage, smoke some grilled cheese kush.
Grilled cheese, y'all.
It enhances any mood.
Take it with some tomato soup.
Oh, I bet there... Oh my God. Should we... Let's just assume there's also a tomato soup. And please, if anyone has access to grilled cheese and tomato soup, crumble it on top of another blunt, maybe some of that Witch's Brew, and just get really fucking baked. Oh,
beautiful.
You want to know what? Wonder if they have these. Like a double-barreled... I know they have double-barreled bongs, but ones that kind of like an ice cream machine. This is a gay movie podcast.
Like making a swirl?
Yeah, making a swirl ice cream that you pull both the tubes up, and then there's maybe like it could twist up. Holy shit. We got to start up a head shop, dude.
Just start designing it, and we'll go find a 3D printer, and we'll make it.
All right, guys, please let us know if you own a 3D printer. At This Movie's Gay.
Anyway, this week's movie was a random pick from Hulu, their LGBTQ plus category of movies. It was Assassination Nation.
Or Ass in Asian Nation.
I Nation.
Ooh. Do you want me to go to what summary up front, or do you want to get into what were our thoughts?
Give me that summary, James.
Okay.
Give me that summary.
It's a town maybe in California or Florida. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Salem. It's Salem. I'm going to guess because they were saying Salem like that it's the Salem, Massachusetts, where the witch hunts happened.
Salem, Massachusetts doesn't have windows like that. That's a Florida thing. You know, the windows that you roll open.
Well, wherever they were in Salem. That was the name of the town.
I'm going to guess Salem. Wait. You know how people say your phones are spying on you? Maybe because I have an iPod. No, not Assassination Classroom Nation. My iPod doesn't spy on me, guys. Okay.
It's outdated.
Where is this taking place? Let me know where it's taking place, guys. New Orleans is where it was filmed, so I'm saying, baby, it's Salem, New Orleans, and they're just hanging out. It's a group of 4 women just having a great time. They're in high school, possibly senior year, maybe junior. We don't know.
Probably senior because the Lily one is 18.
But you can be a 18-year-old in
junior year.
Yeah.
Well, we're assuming that Lily did not get held back or start school late, and that it's senior year.
But you can be on 18. The cusp, guys.
I didn't turn 18 till after I graduated.
We know. You've said it on the pod before.
I was a little 17-year-old graduating, walking across that stage, getting my diploma cover. Didn't even get a diploma on stage.
I don't know what I got.
Apparently, there's a rumor that there was like some guy that like flashed everyone or something, or mooned everyone. I don't know. But since then, they don't give you your diploma until after.
Oh, that makes sense.
So literally,
because then they can revoke it.
Yeah, so they give you this little cover, just like they do at college, except college, your diploma gets sent through the mail.
Yeah.
But high school, they literally gave us this little cover. And then after the graduation stuff, when we went to go give them back our robes and tassels and all that stuff, they were like, all right, here's your diploma.
See, I think after the last day of school, you do not abide by any school rules.
I mean, it was before the last day of school. We didn't abide by any school. Like, I didn't do shit for like the last 3 months of high school.
No, but what I'm saying is they shouldn't be able to revoke a diploma. Oh. You did all that class shit. You are in the clear, going clear. Ooh, Scientology. Guys, I want to preach to you about Scientology.
Stop it. No, stop. Give the summary of the movie.
What are your thetans, whatever they're called?
Oh
you get on one of those electroprobes. He has to breathe, guys.
Don't challenge me on that, because I can go for a long time.
Corwin's like, in elementary school, I held my head underwater for like a minute, and I'm so cool.
Do you ever hold your breath whenever people are like in the pool in a movie after they get like Bex in this movie when she was struggling in the pool underwater
with a nail gun?
Can I hold my breath through this entire scene?
That entire scene, have you ever seen the Whitest Kids You Know sketch where their parents leave and then they just like pull out a nail gun and go, nail gun? And then they shoot each other with it, and then they have to use the Necronomicon to bring them back, and then the parents are like, we know you use the Necronomicon and the nail gun.
We know you use the Necronomicon, y'all.
Also,
we
guys,
know it.
If I'm conflating 2 sketches by Whitest Kids You Know, I apologize. Don't fucking at me. Nail gun!
Please at him. Please at him immediately.
At this movie's gay.
Right now. I want to read them and then like them and then retweet them.
There's a hack that happens in this town where the mayor's photos, who the mayor has a strong stance against the LGBTQ community, and then these photos reveal that he was actually a part of this community, but...
we don't know. We don't know anything about the mayor. We just know that he liked to dress in lingerie. That doesn't necessarily mean he's LGBTQ.
No,
but...
They said there were also pictures of him having sex, but...
Oh, great. Well, then, yes. Okay.
But you can have sex with a man and not be a part of the community.
I mean, accurate, I guess.
Hey,
I don't know what those lines
fluid,
are.
Guys.
If you want to be in the community, come on down.
Unless you're trying to appropriate.
Unless you're trying to oppress the community. Unless you're trying to say, no, you have no rights, and then you want to join the community. I'm like, nah, brah.
Unless you make serious amends. Like this guy, his amends was Faces of Death style. Anyone who messages us about that and say, I know that video, James, we know you're a freak.
What?
there's on Faces of Death, there is a video of a politician who does exactly what he did.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and just blood gushing out of his nose like a fountain. And someone in the background, you can hear them say, "Call an ambulance!" And it's like, no.
I mean, technically, yes, call an ambulance, but there's
call a mortician.
Call an ambulance. There's still a chance when someone gets shot in the face that they're okay.
No, I know he like back of the head blew up.
There's still a chance.
No, Corwin, your brain's gone. It's gone.
Anyway, please give the synopsis.
So that's what happens after he leaks his stuff. He's in a podium. He's like, I'm not going to hurt anyone. And then he commits suicide. And then the principal's stuff gets hacked. And that has a even bigger fallout because he had pictures of his daughter nude in the bathtub. And then there was just the people just flipping out about that. This whole entire movie's super uncomfortable from start to finish.
Very uncomfortable.
And it also, hey, this movie's good. It gives you all the trigger warnings right up
in the
front.
beginning.
Then all of a sudden, everyone, 17,000 people in Salem, New Orleans, gets hacked.
Like half the population of the town gets hacked.
Which I would like they were saying it's off from the SIM cards.
They didn't say it was SIM cards. The principal said that the only thing of his that got hacked was his phone.
Okay.
All of his stuff from back when he first got the phone and the SIM card like 6 years ago. So 6 years of things got hacked.
Hey guys, my SIM card only has, because it can only hold maybe 100 texts, only has 100 texts on it.
My SIM card is less than a year old.
Oh, yeah, mine, well, no, mine's 6 years old, but it's in a flip phone.
Well, I lost my phone last year, so.
Uh-oh.
My SIM card's not that old.
Oh, someone's looking at that old SIM card and it's like, whoa, he's looking at Switch reviews.
He's looking at Switch reviews. He's trying to buy a PlayStation. He's looking up videos from Bon Appetit.
Ooh.
What is this boy doing?
You guys got to watch a professional try to teach blindfolded a non-professional at Bon Appetit. Nicole wanted to
Carla
go...
Music.
Nicole wanted to go as Goopy Lagrange from Cuphead, the blue blob, as Halloween. And then because one of her nicknames is Goopy. And then I started calling Frank because his nickname is Pootie. I started calling him Pootie Le Petit, and because he's just a tiny little boy. Man, I'm sorry, Frank. And then there's this huge fallout. The town literally goes crazy. Also, guys,
He went back to the synopsis, y'all. He went back. Seamless transition.
Movie is based on true events. It's based on they said it's a true story.
They didn't say it's a true story at the end. She said it was a true story.
Yeah,
but it's
Texas
not.
Chainsaw style.
Basically, the whole town gets hacked, and then everyone's shit is out in the open. Everyone's photos, everyone's things. Marriage is broken up. This crazy neighbor and the cops all start a
lynch mob
and go after people. And they go after this kid who got interviewed by the police, who is good with computers. And they were like, we know you did it because of your transcript with the cops. You basically threatened them, so we know it was you. And he's like, I was just fucking with them. But I know who it is. I know it's Lily because her IP address had a lot of data uploaded from it.
If
after
4
the mayor
people live in a house, investigate all of them.
I mean, it's a lynch mob. They're not thinking.
Yeah.
Like, her life was ruined after that. Why would she be the one that uploaded all that stuff?
That's how you cover your tracks,
But
Corwin.
anyway, they murdered Marty, and then they went and got into Nance's house.
This is actually a very good thing, which foreshadows who actually leaked them. Her stuff was never leaked. It was just retroactively. Another person's stuff was leaked, and her photos were associated with that person.
Her photos were associated with it. So, and then her boyfriend posted things online because she was sending photos to one of her friend's neighbors.
Who she was babysitting for.
And she was in sort of a communicative relationship with him and sending him nude photos and things like that. And it basically ruined his marriage. But she had a lot of faceless pictures on there, but she had a birthmark on her back, and the boyfriend recognized it and was like, oh, and then they attacked her and posted the pictures of her with her face in the birthmark. And then everyone was like, oh, you slut. And
then she freaking brained someone with a shovel.
She brained someone with a shovel after her parents kicked her out of their house.
Oh my God. Her parents were fuck boys. Also, that scene.
There's a lot of scenes, James.
That scene just hit home because, like, my brother and sister were kicked out of the house many times. However, they never begged to come back in.
Oh, no.
They were like, oh, fuck this place.
I'm gone.
But, it was actually their fault of why they were being kicked out. Of, doing drugs, not going to school, and freaking worshiping the devil.
But after she was revealed to be the home wrecker, I guess, she went to her whatever best friend's house where they all sort of congregate, Nance's house, and was staying there. And then after Marty said that it was her, it was Lily, the lynch mob went and attacked the house.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, and Marty dead.
Marty died
Was he
viciously.
on ice in that?
No, he was wrapped in a curtain.
Okay, it looked like he was in ice.
He was wrapped in a curtain, stuck in the bathtub by the guy that Lily was sending pictures to. Joel McHale. And they killed Nance. They captured two of the girls, Sarah and Em, who are sisters. Bex got away, nail gunned somebody in the face. And Lily ran away, got next door to Joel McHale's house and was like, save me or whatever. She didn't know that he had killed Marty. And
then she finds out after he tries to rape her.
He tries to rape her. She sticks a razor blade in some soap, cuts his throat, and then finds his weapon collection that's all laid out on a big old blanket in the living room.
Beautiful as all hell.
And she takes all the weapons and goes to save her friends. And has two swords on her back for the aesthetic. And then she gives the swords to M after shooting the deputy, I guess. One of the police officers that was starting the lynch mob. Killing him after he was like, you're not allowed to kill cops.
And just shotguns him right in the stomach.
Him.
And then blood flies on the car window.
And then she gets Em and Sarah, and then they go to save Bex from the lynch mob that is trying to literally hang her.
You were going to say Bix because of that razor blade.
And then they shoot all the high school fuckboys that are...
Except one, which that dude deserved a bullet in the throat.
Oh my God. And then Lily posts a video saying that this is all fucked up.
But
and then
she's rallying the women of the town of saying
rallying the women.
We've been told all our lives to smile, shut up, speak louder, this, that. Hey, you can be anything you want, even the president of the United States. Long beat. Just kidding. And then all the girls follow her on the street and there's a friggin' standoff
with the girls. Also, I just want to point out, M kills someone with a sword. It's great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we don't know if that person died.
She went into their arm, into their shoulder, didn't completely disconnect their arm, but went down into their chest. I'm pretty sure they're dead.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, they would have been laying there for a while, too.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, that was the end. That was the synopsis.
Wait, we forgot the end.
Oh, and then there was a marching band playing We Can't Stop.
That's what we think. It could also be a Beyonce song.
No, it was. It was We Can't Stop, Miley Cyrus. And it was a marching band just playing music at the end.
Forgot the other ending part. We find out who leaked the pics.
Oh, Lily's little brother hacked everyone in the town. And the shitty parents were like, why'd you do it? And then he's just like, I don't know.
For the lulz?
For the lulz.
The lulz or the lols?
He said lulz.
Which lulz shouldn't be for LOLs. It should be lols because lulz, that's a lullaby lulling me to sleep.
But yeah, that's the movie. So that was the movie. Yeah, we've got a lot of very uncomfortable things that happen in the movie. All the trigger warnings are put in the very beginning, just so you're aware. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of interesting lighting and text and all of that happening.
Oh, the lighting, they should have won an Oscar for. It was
so good.
Insane. Like that scene where when they're outside and they're just like a crane shot just going around the entire house and you see everything. Awesome. But also when
Are
Joel
you talking about at the end?
Yeah.
At the end when they're trying to set the alarm.
Yep.
That was just such a beautiful thing. The cinematography in this is great.
Yeah.
The story itself is terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Because you see aspects of that today. There are people that get mobbed against during presidential rallies. We'll say that. And stuff like that's happening everywhere. So it's terrifying to see an honest reflection of what society could do.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what that was. Because people are fucking crazy.
Well, you know what would have happened is the National Guard
Would have been brought in.
Yes, because the police were involved in this mob, which
Yeah.
is bonkers. But that scene where Joel McHale is looking at her being going down, that lighting of them just like flipping the light over from house to house, it was great.
They did real good
Yeah.
filming this.
But you see Bella Thorne is in this for a little bit
Bella Thorne
and gets freaking brained by a baseball bat.
from her best friend or one of her friends. I don't know. She leaked her friend's nudes.
Yeah, but she says in a video, she just screams, "This pussy grips." And I want to start saying that for like things that are top tier. I'm going to Burrito House tonight.
No.
And
don't say
when
it.
I eat the burrito, because their burritos
Don't
are great.
say it.
Oh, guys who are trying to track where I live, does that give clues? Is that a throw off? Is that a friggin'
Don't
red herring?
Say it.
I'm going to bite into it. Maybe I'll get some cheese fries as well. And I'm going to say to Nicole, this pussy grips.
No. Nicole, I told him not to. This is for you. I said no.
Too bad.
He's going to do it anyway.
I am. Next time we're playing, I don't know, Super Mario Party and we win, I'm going to be like, this pussy grips. Or if I just experience anything new and it's amazing, I'm going to say this pussy grips, guys.
Yeah.
Next time Frank holds my hand, this pussy grips. Because he's holding and he's holding my hand.
Oh, that was the worst. But yeah, this movie, we're out of the Halloween scary, but because today actually is Halloween while we're recording this, we are watching this, which sort of is aspects of like The Purge, which I revealed in previous episodes that is one of the few things that actually like didn't scare me actively at the time, but I would have nightmares about.
Ooh.
So it was great.
The Purge 2 was very good. Or maybe it was the third one. It was like Purge All American, whatever it was called. I enjoyed that.
What happened in it?
I don't remember.
Important.
It's the one that came out around the time that Lucy came out with Scarlett Johansson, and it was like Limitless, but she became like this goopy thing of spoiler alerts. This goopy black
gave me this goopy
digital
thing.
thing. That's what happens when you use all of the percentage of your brain. You become
a
this
goopy.
black mass of digitized
Goop.
real goop.
She gooped.
Guys, I gotta learn how to do that.
Oh my God. So yeah, this movie, I have notes, but nothing like really significant. Like Marty was the kid from The Real O'Neills, the gay kid who the show centers around. So it's interesting seeing him in something like this where he's more serious, whereas that's like one of those sitcom sort of things.
I don't know. Who was Marty?
Marty was the kid that got stabbed.
Oh, okay.
In the
Bye-bye,
bathtub.
Marty. Bye-bye.
Sad to see him go.
Good to see him go. He leaked all them pics.
Yeah. This did have one of the main characters was a trans woman. So a lot of the story a lot of the terror surrounding her was transphobic. So that was interesting to see. That could also be a trigger if that is a trigger for you. So, be aware of that when you're watching this movie.
It also says that right in the beginning, guys.
Right in the beginning. There's a lot of bad stuff happening in this movie because it's saying, hey, this shit's fucked up.
There's also real triggers in this. gun triggers.
There's also swords.
Yeah. Guys, if you love swords, flash forward to the last 30 minutes.
James was like, why does she... don't take the swords. And was like, no, she's taking the swords. You got to have the swords, James. She's like, no one's going to use the swords. She's going to use the swords, James.
It was just impractical in a gunfight to have a sword unless you're like that guy Deadpool. He's got a nice sword. The ninja
but Deadpool is like immortal, so it doesn't matter if he gets shot.
The Ninja Turtles are impractical. The Foot Clan has guns.
This isn't about the Foot Clan.
I know,
this is
but
about
it just popped in my head.
Assassination Nation.
It's just turtle shells aren't indestructible.
This episode's a mess, y'all. This is
in
a
Muskegon.
mess.
There is a turtle fence because turtles would crawl from the marshy areas in Muskegon onto the highway and then get run over because turtle shells aren't indestructible, unlike Mario teaches you.
You could still use it as a weapon, though.
What, a turtle shell?
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, what I am trying to say is Ninja Turtles, if they got shot with a gun or a laser, that turtle shell's being blasted wide open.
Anyway.
In the first 20 minutes, I wrote down, Corwin, is this Euphoria?
Why?
Because it seemed like it was Euphoria. Teenagers just doing drugs and mating with each other.
Wait, is that the show
HBO
on
with
HBO with Zendaya? Well, Bella Thorne was in this.
Yeah, they were in boot camp together.
That dancing show.
Which was it Ant Farm?
No, I don't think so. No. It was something else. Something to do with dancing.
But yeah, I thought it was Ant Farm.
No, it wasn't Ant Farm.
I did not watch this. Let's check.
I know that they did a crossover with Good Luck Charlie, the show about the child named Charlie, where they were making videos for her and things.
Yeah. What about Dog with a Blog? You gotta watch it, guys.
So I know they did a crossover with that. Zendaya and Bella Thorne.
Shake It Up.
Shake It Up. Yes.
What was Ant Farm about?
Ant Farm was about smart kids in high school, like in a group.
Oh, okay.
They had like a club or something. I don't know.
Probably called Ant Farm.
I think that's what it was. I'm literally pulling all of this knowledge out of my ass right now from just skimming through Netflix years ago when Disney was on there.
How come people don't say, I'm going to pull this knowledge out of my urethra? Because that's actually a more difficult to that's a useless place to put that in.
I pulled all that knowledge out of my elbow.
Ooh.
It came right out.
The funny bone.
Came out of my funny bone.
Are chuckling so much. But let's, that was a note I had. So we see a very disgusting scene.
My first note is gross American mask. That child was wearing. It was
the kid on the big wheel.
Gross.
I loved having a big wheel. In my neighborhood, when I would sell popcorn for Boy Scouts,
I was like, where is this going? In my neighborhood, okay, selling popcorn. What? For Boy Scouts. Huh?
I would go up to doors and knock, and they'd be like, you look familiar. Oh, were you that kid who would always ride up and down the road on your big wheel? And I was like, that was me, baby.
Is that one of the things that happens when you live in the same house for like years?
Probably.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I was just ripping on this big wheel so much that the traction wore out, so I would just like constantly be burning out. The wheel would spin, but I wouldn't go forward. And I was so jealous of those like green machines people would have. They were the like heavy duty big wheels where they had brakes and you could drift with them.
Oh, Jesus.
Do spin outs and stuff.
I remember my brother and I had something that was like it was sort of like a go-kart without a motor, and you just had like pedals.
Oh, yeah, those were cool too.
I remember we had that, much older than big wheels. And we, at the time, lived at a house that was at the bottom of this hill, and at the top of the hill was, the road or whatever. So we would go up to the top of the hill with our neighbor kids from up there and ride that thing down the hill.
That's scary.
Towards the creek.
My dad, for some reason, had a moped. Don't know why he had the moped, but he decided what to do with this moped is build a metal frame and disassemble the moped and turn it into a go-kart. And he made like this makeshift go-kart out of a moped, and it was dope. But for the longest time, we didn't have the kick for it. Like we lost it because it could be detached, because if you have a moped, you like detach it and then you put it in your pocket or something so people won't steal your moped. Finally, my dad just said, screw it. And he just took this metal elbow piece, like it was shaped like an L, and he just welded it on there. And then that's what we used to go brum brum. Used it in the wintertime one time and was just like doing donuts with it until my brother, who had a dream where he crashed it into a car. In real life, he crashed it into a parked car, which also
your brother had a dream about parking or crashing it into a car, and then in real life he did the exact thing
like
that he had a dream
later. My brother was very into fulfilling premonitions, I think. So he's
like, I had a dream about crashing, so gotta fuck it up, gotta do it.
I think that might have been what he was doing. I don't know. Also, I would like to recant a statement I had. I said my brother and stuff, they weren't going to school. They were doing drugs and worshiping the devil. They were not worshiping the devil, guys. They listened to music that might be. I was more of the devil worshiper in the family. Guys, praise be to Baphomet and Beelzebub. You got to get Leviathan in there too.
Oh, are you done?
Yeah, I can keep going with demons though.
Like 3 of my notes on my page are just boomers. Like that's
I read an article of how boomers are just pissed at the okay boomer, and it's
okay,
like
boomers.
They're like they're being so insensitive, and it's like you have called every
boomers.
Generation idiots, and now we just say okay you boomer, and they're pissed.
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's most of my notes. The principal, we mentioned his daughter and things. It was literally just like a picture of his kid. It wasn't in any way him being a pedophile or anything like that. And we didn't see the principal after that. We saw him, talk to the mob and them wanting him to resign, and then them attacking his house and things. And then he showed up to the school just with his briefcase, and Lily's like, hello, principal. And he's just like, bye. Just walk on by. Yeah. Into the building. That's the last we see of him.
He was like afraid that it was going to be, hey, principal, you fucking sicko. So he's just like, nope, not even going to interact.
Well, I hope he had a good life.
I hope he moved to just get out of that town as quickly as he could.
Everyone should have moved to get out of the town of Salem, where they, had lynch mobs.
Yeah.
History repeating itself, something like that. I don't know.
Hey, especially in New Orleans.
They're like, let's blame these children. Let's blame these girls. This is suddenly the Crucible again.
Oh, also, so I'm glad we're speaking on the principal. So we see a bunch of Facebook posts or Instagram videos of people commenting on people's leaks. And when they were doing the principals, someone was saying, oh, he's a monster. He didn't make amends with his father before his father died because he wanted to hold on to his own bullshit grudges. And it's like, guys, if you know someone who does not like their parent or a family member, allow them to not like them. You don't need family in your life if that family member is a shitheel.
That's very accurate. Very true.
I was going to say shithead or whatever. But if they're toxic, leave them. You don't need them. And also, if they aren't trying to actively change, they're not going to change.
Yeah, and people are like, blood's thicker than water.
No, it's not.
And that quote is misattributed. It's not full. It's blood of the covenant is thicker than water of the womb. So it means that your like friends are closer than your family anyway.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, I'm a hemophiliac. My blood's super thin.
Yeah, if your family's toxic, it's okay. It's okay if you don't have that moment of redemption, I guess. Not redemption for you. It's okay if you don't have that moment of forgiving them for whatever toxic things they've done. That is okay if that relationship ends and it does not recover. That's okay. It's not your fault. It's their fault for their toxic shit. And it doesn't matter if they're coming back later and trying to apologize and all of that for it. If what they did hurt you enough, you don't have to accept their apology.
Yeah.
You can move on.
Yeah, guys, that's our wisdom for today.
That's the wisdom for this movie. This movie was crazy. There was so much stuff happening in this movie that I feel like the podcast itself today is a little like off the rails. But like the movie itself was a bit off the rails. There was so much going on. So many different things.
So yeah. When Lily was running away from Joel McHale, she dived into that bathtub.
God, she was covered in blood.
So she's covered in blood, then cuts his throat while he's on top of her. And
she took the razor blade out of the shaven razor, and stuck it in a bar of soap like a badass.
I did not watch this part. Did the blood just pour onto her as he was on top?
So it was sort of a Gone Girl thing. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Not.
Well, the same thing happens in that. The guy's throat gets cut.
I hope I get Gone Girl.
The blood just sort of spills on her. It wasn't like a big like old martial arts movie.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
spray or anything like that. It was just like blood fell and that was it.
But I just needed to know, like, that's when the blood got on her. She was covered.
In Marty's blood.
Like the end of The Descent.
Yeah, she straight up looked like the end of Descent.
Like the cover of when the lady's like screaming and she's like, I'm covered in blood that we don't know how it got down here. Is this a warp zone to hell?
I don't think that's what the scream was about in that movie, but I haven't seen the movie, so I can't necessarily refute you.
I am talking about the right movie, right?
Yeah.
It's the rated R version of The Cave.
Yeah.
Or The Cave is the PG-13 version of The Descent.
They're like under...
They're spelunking.
They're spelunking. For some reason, I thought they were in like the Paris catacombs at some point.
No, you're thinking of...
I'm just thinking of real different
Far
things.
Below or something like that. There is another movie that is.
And I think that movie, they're also covered in blood. There's just a lot of blood is what we're saying, y'all.
So she then takes her time to wipe off her entire body.
Before saving her friends.
Yes. And I exclaimed, you only need to wipe off the face, feet, and hands when you are covered in blood and you need to get somewhere really quick. Possibly bangs if you have them, because that might be getting in your hair. But if your hair's caked in blood...
if it's caked in blood, you can slip it back. Use that blood as a moose.
Yeah. Oh, guys, you got to get a blood moose. Or listen to Moose Blood. They have a very good song called Gum. Yes. So... you get your face because you don't want blood to then sweat will make that blood go in your eyes, and then it's
that's why you
irritating.
gotta clean out your hair, because then sweat
a little bit.
Yeah, you'll drip blood.
And then your hands, because if you need to pick something up, you don't want them sticky or slippery. And then your feet, because you don't want your feet sticky or slippery.
I mean, she couldn't take a whole shower because Marty's dead body was in the bathroom.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't need to care about the integrity of the.
Oh, the bathroom.
The bathroom, you can
she's just taking the shower head and she's
just
like, the shower head's handheld. We know that because Marty was tortured.
Yeah. Just let it go on the floor.
Well, there we have it. She can actually take a quick shower then.
Yeah, just give a little spritz off. Do a George Carlin, which is head, face, armpits, genitals, butt, I think is what... It was a comedy routine George Carlin did, but mine makes more sense. The face... feet, and your little paws.
Typically, it would be face, then paws, then feet.
Well, oh no, if it's a shower, yeah.
No. I'm saying if you're cleaning off those areas, you would do feet last. Well, because you want the rag to be cleanest for your face and your hands, and then feet is fine.
In a perfect world, you have 3 rags. So we were talking about generation names. So we should have talked about this when we were bringing up boomers.
Oh,
okay.
James is salty.
We have Gen Z, which people are calling Zoomers now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because...
I have not heard that in my goddamn life.
It's fairly new, because they're like... The war on boomers is real, guys. So they're calling them Zoomers because they have to grow up fast, and they're like, we need shit done. Like, we need this done now.
They do have to grow up fast. And yeah, we caught the beginnings of that towards the end of our high school and things like that. But now you have a lot more mass shootings in school and things to actually honestly be terrified of. And you have Gen Z that's getting through all of that. And dealing with all of that. And that's frightening.
Yeah, so they're calling them Zoomers, which Zoom also starts with a Z.
Also the environment and all of that too.
Oh, no, that's a big thing. So then we have millennials, which, hey, that's when we came of age, the millennial.
We're the in between. We're before internet blew up and was accessible to everyone. We went from big clunky phones to smartphones. all of that. We're kind of in between those.
And then Gen X just stick with Gen X.
I think they're the lost generation.
Oh, yes. Then we have boomers, which I thought there wasn't Gen X also the babies of baby boomers? I don't know. I thought there was a...
Yeah.
Okay, so then...
I think so.
Then we have the most narcissistically named generation, which is the greatest generation. They should be called the oldest generation, and once they're donezo, guess what? We call the boomers the oldest generation. Yes, I'm fine with millennials one day being called the oldest generation, but you can't call someone the greatest generation when that generation was not great. The 50s weren't great, guys. If that's when I believe the greatest generation was coming of age and becoming adults, no. 50s is bad.
So we've got the lost generation, the interbellum generation, the greatest generation, the silent generation, baby boomer generation, Generation X, baby bust, Xennials, millennials, Generation Y, Gen Next, we're all the same term, iGen, and then Gen Alpha.
Okay, so then the silent generation is like our grandparents. That's the people before boomers, right?
Yeah, right before boomers.
Okay, then silent generation.
That's 25 to 45.
Dang, man.
And then baby boomers 46 to 64.
Hey, wait, no, I think it was 47. No, I think Donald Trump is a silent generation. So, how about you be silent?
No, that's 47's boomer.
No, he might have been 47, but maybe he was 43. I don't know.
Why would you make me
guys.
Google him?
I want you to start getting selected ads for Donald Trump.
I do not want that. I don't want that. 46.
46. Oh, no, he's part of the greatest generation.
No.
What?
He's a boomer.
Oh, yeah, the greatest generation is... Guys,
Jesus.
This might all be getting cut. I don't know. But
you were so confused about all of that.
But also, generational things, people who make fun of millennials in our, on my Facebook feed are always also millennials. So please understand that from, I believe, 80 to 96, if you were born in that period...
95.
Some people also say 96. So let's just say 94, 95. You're a millennial. Quit allowing people to make fun of your generation because guess what? You're like, well, I'm not a millennial. I don't fall under these categories. That's because all these stereotypes are fucking bullshit. Don't listen to them. Unless you're a fucking boomer or silent generation. You fucking suck. We don't have any listeners who are in those generations.
We don't know. If you are...
You don't suck. Again, they're stereotypes.
Yeah. The point of it all is, don't put someone down just because they're younger. Young people are doing great things today.
Yeah. I just want a couple things before we end. Mark is, Mark. He was a freaking cuck. They should have just freaking punched him. Why didn't he die in the end?
Who?
Mark. He was Lily's boyfriend.
Oh, we don't know where he went.
Yeah, hopefully he's
gone.
Dead.
He's Pennywise now. He went into the sewer and he is a clown. That is what happened to him.
And then the parents, we touched on it, they're fucking psychos.
Parents are terrible. The police officer was gross, especially when he was at the school. He's like, hello, to our main girls.
I took that as more of him being very dismissive of again, the older generation being dicks to the younger generation.
He wasn't being dismissive. He was being sexual.
Oh, I took him as you're not going to respect me? You say hello to me.
No, he was staring at their asses.
Oh.
And then sexualizing them.
Hey, guys, let us know what you got out of that scene.
Diamond slept with Bex and then bounced. And yeah, that was sad.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. But his football team, who I guess he was a part of, whatever sports team. I think it was dudes doing weightlifting in high school. Is sports probably.
It was football.
I don't know. But he was a part of that, and they hunted him down, beat him up, and then tried to make him help hang Bex. And Bex, through empathy, had Diamond stop. And then, they tied Diamond up. And we're going to kill him too. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, guys. Shit's crazy. This movie is dope, but also
insane.
Uncomfortable. I think I had one more. What was it?
I had another thing. She said that there was a quote that 10% of people are cruel, 10% are merciful, and 80% can go in either direction. What 10% are you, James? Are you going to give them mercy? Are you going to give them cruelty?
I guess like mercy. I mean, I guess not in this. I wanted that dude to get shot. I know people who will listen to this episode will be like, James, cruelty, yes.
I mean, there was, okay, so they established Bex in the middle after the mayor got exposed. Bex was like, should I feel sorry for him? He's, shitty and does all this stuff and is against the LGBTQIAA community and all this other stuff. Why should I feel sorry for him? I don't. And then one of the girls was like, you should still, like, you can disagree with him, but still feel empathy. And it's like, yeah, you can. But since that scene happened, I thought Bex was going to shoot that dude in the face. Just like him begging her not to kill him.
Oh, yeah.
And then Bex just being like, sorry, should I feel bad for you? You tried to hang me.
Yeah, that's
boom.
Character development.
It was character development. She didn't kill him.
So,
and he didn't come back and die. The kid with the frog... After Lily hit the guy that was trying to rape or murder her, where she smashed the fuck out of his face with a shovel, beautiful. The kid with the frog just looked like he was like, finish him.
Yeah.
That's that kid's face was, finish him.
Oh, what if the frog was actually the devil and the devil was speaking to this kid and was like, this is what we need.
Beautiful.
We got to, one more note, Corwin.
Bex at the end after saving Diamond going, thanks for not murdering me, I guess. Great.
Wait, Bex to... Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
You're not allowed to shoot a cop. Bitch.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to do what you are doing
right now,
what you're doing.
Sir. You're going to shoot her.
Yeah.
What's she going to do?
He was just locking up friends of a criminal. In quotes, criminal of a suspect.
He was part of a lynch mob that broke into a house without a warrant and then murdered someone, the homeowner.
Which she was bad. Like, we didn't touch on that.
We didn't touch about Nance. Nance was a badass.
Yeah,
Nance is great.
I thought she was going to be a terrible parent who is just absent-minded, but comes in, blah, blah, blah.
Nance came in and was like, her daughters were being threatened, and she was like, immediately like, she saved Lily. And then she shot someone else, and then she happened to get shot, which was bullshit. She shouldn't have gotten shot. They needed to have the moment for the girls to get captured and all of that and everything, for Lily to stand her ground and to own what has happened and rise against this community of incel and shitty things and racism and transphobia and all this stuff that was happening. That's Nance died in that process.
Yeah, guys, we have a strong stance on
Nance.
Hold your ground, but not stand your ground.
It's a dumbass law.
Yeah, baby.
Anyway,
what'd you think of the movie? Would you recommend?
If you aren't triggered by things like that, yeah. As far as the cinematography goes, it was beautifully shot. Lighting was absolutely amazing. I don't know if it was
LGBT.
It did. One of the main characters was
I guess
a trans woman. So that was great, and it did touch on a lot of themes. So I like that.
I guess I'm just so used to things like eating out,
things that are just like overwhelmingly gay, and I'm like, yes, I love this.
But this is it's just showing life. I mean, the first act is showing life. The second and third, maybe not. And yes, I would absolutely recommend this. It was fucking great. It was a nice action movie.
And there's a lot of things in the movie that we didn't touch on because, like, honestly, there's a lot in this movie that happened.
Corwin, what you got to plug?
Oh my God. Come see my theater company do a show in January. All the details will be in the description and stuff because it normally is Saltbox Theater Collective. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. Check out our website. Get tickets. Go see a show. And then follow us, This Movie at This Movie's Gay on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff as well. Or follow me at Corwinning. Haha.
When are we going to get a cut of them ticket sales?
A cut? There's not tickets.
There's not profit, James. It's in the title. Yes, it's Saltbox Not-For-Profit Theater.
Saltbox Theater Collective. It is a not not-for-profit theater company.
Yeah, and speaking of
We do
profits,
art to do art.
Guys, donate. We're trying to get windscreens. MLMpod.com/donate. But while you're there, how about you find out information about my other podcasts, such as What the Hellmouth, Hit It and Crit It, Mostly Speaking Sentai, and my music under Marshland Monster. You can find all of that on MLMpod.com. And shout out to Steve F., who recently donated.
Steve.
And I don't think we ever said it on this. Did we say it on this podcast? Shout out to C for making that beautiful fan art.
C gave me a tiara. C put my hair as blonde. James.
I'm not seeing it, guys.
Oh my god.
I mean, in the photo, I am seeing.
I can see it, C. Yeah, see, that was an absolute beautiful photo. Maybe I'm going to throw it as my profile picture. Just like that little clip of me.
Yeah, guys. I've been James.
I've been Corwin.
Bye. Bye. And we don't stop. See you guys. Bye.
We don't have rights for that, James.
That's why I only said a line of it. Also, Corwin, I'm pretty sure Miley Cyrus wouldn't come after a LGBTQ podcast. This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit MLMpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.